The science of climate change. Earth's climate has changed over the past century. The atmosphere and oceans have warmed, sea levels have risen, and glaciers and ice sheets have decreased in size. The best available evidence indicates that greenhouse gas emissions, human activities, are the main cause. Continuing increases in greenhouse gases will produce further warming and other changes in Earth's physical environment and ecosystems. Climate change is real, and it is really something serious that people downplay a whole lot. The problem is that most people don't really understand what it really is and what causes it. The truth is, the climate is changing each and every day. There are many different problems that are leading to our climate change, some of them having to do with the greenhouse effect, and other changes are occurring due to human activity and solar irradiance. The Earth is becoming hotter, whether we want to admit it or not. Various causes of climate change. 1. The greenhouse effect. First, we need to take a closer look at the greenhouse effect and gain a better understanding of it. When you do this, you will find that this is one of the main causes of the climate changes that are currently taking place. 2. Greenhouse gases. Here are a few of the gases that can play a part in climate change. First, you will find water vapor. This is the most abundant gas that plays a part in the greenhouse effect. It increases because the Earth is getting warmer, and it also makes more clouds and precipitation. 3. Volcanic eruptions. A volcano releases a large amount of sulfur dioxide, SO2, water vapor, dust, and ash into the atmosphere when it erupts. These large volumes of gases and ash can trigger climate change by increasing planetary reflectivity, causing atmospheric cooling. Aerosols are tiny particles that are produced by volcanoes. Aerosols remain in the atmosphere for only a few days and reflect solar energy back into space, where they have a cooling effect on the world. 4. Ocean currents. Variations in ocean currents can also influence climate change for short periods of time. Ocean currents move vast amounts of heat across the planet. Movement of cold water deep under the oceans towards the regions near the equator and movement of warm water near the equator back towards the pole play an important role in determining the atmospheric concentration of CO2. 5. Solar radiations. The sun is the ultimate source of supply of energy for the Earth's climate system. A small change in the output of the sun's energy can influence climate change. These changes include changes within the sun and changes in Earth's orbit. Changes occurring in the sun can cause the climate to become warmer during periods of stronger solar intensity and cool during periods of weaker solar intensity. 6. Earth orbital changes. A slight change in the tilt of the Earth can lead to climatic changes. While less tilt means cooler summers and milder winters, more tilt means warmer summers and colder winters. These small and slow changes can lead to important changes in the strength of the seasons over tens of thousands of years. 7. Agriculture. Agriculture impacts climate change in many significant ways. From deforestation in places like the Amazon to the transportation and livestock that it takes to support agricultural efforts around the world, agriculture is responsible for a significant portion of the world's greenhouse gas emissions. 8. Deforestation. Deforestation and climate change often go hand in hand. Deforestation is a major contributor to global warming, and at the same time, climate change increases deforestation by way of wildfires and other extreme weather. Deforestation is the second leading cause of global warming worldwide, and it produces about 24% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Deforestation in the tropical rainforests contributes more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere compared to the sum of all cars and trucks that drive on the roads globally. Devastating effects of climate change. Climate change can really have a lot of negative consequences. It is important to do something about it to help decrease the amount of change that occurs and make it not happen so fast. At some point, the Earth will be too hot for people to live comfortably if we don't make some changes. It is already having an impact on the plant and animal life, and if you really don't want to see it get much worse, it is time to go green. 1. Change in rainfall patterns. In the last couple of decades, excess rainfall, droughts, hurricanes and floods have become quite frequent. While few areas experience plenty of rainfall, then there are areas that face droughts throughout the year. 2. Depletion of Arctic ice. The greenhouse effect is necessary for all of us to survive on this planet. Still, an increase in greenhouse gases causes the temperature to rise, which can result in harmful effects to the ecology and environment. The increase in temperature of the atmosphere has resulted in the shrinking of Arctic ice. 3. Wildfires. The hot and dry conditions cause wildfires to spread across dense forests and make it a perfect recipe for disaster. They not only reduce green cover but also push forest animals towards higher altitudes. Animals that could not survive become extinct and gets their name registered in the list of endangered species. 4. Heat waves. The large amount of greenhouse gases released from industries, vehicles, and agricultural activities increases the concentration of CO2 and heats up the atmosphere. The increased temperature then causes heat waves and makes it difficult for people to survive. 5. Rise in sea level. Some parts of the Earth are going to naturally be warmer than others, but as the climate changes, that means that so will these areas. Warmer conditions may also lead to other areas not getting enough precipitation, and even some areas that may get more than they should. It will also cause parts of glaciers to melt, which could lead to flooding in certain areas and could make the sea levels rise. 6. Shifting habitat. Prolonged heat waves, deforestation, wildfires, high temperatures have pushed plants and animals towards higher altitudes. The worst part is that most of them are not able to survive due to changing climatic conditions and have moved more towards extinction. 7. High temperatures. The continuous increases of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere have caused the temperature to rise, which is called a greenhouse effect. Though the greenhouse effect is necessary for the survival of all of us on this planet, but an increase of these gases beyond a limit will only create harmful effects for us and this environment. During the last century, Earth's average temperature rose by 1 degree Fahrenheit, which in itself is a cause of concern. Awesome solutions to climate change. 1. Renewable energies. The first challenge is to forego fossil fuels by eliminating the burning of coal, oil and, eventually, natural gas. The alternatives are renewable energies like solar, wind, biomass and geothermal. So we must try to employ alternatives whenever possible, such as plant-derived plastics, biodiesel, wind power, and to invest in the change, be it by divesting from oil stocks or investing in companies practicing carbon capture and storage. 2. Energy and water efficiency. Producing clean energy is essential, but reducing our consumption of energy and water by using more efficient devices, e.g. LED light bulbs, innovative shower systems, is less costly and equally important. 3. Sustainable transportation. Transportation is the second leading source of greenhouse gas emissions in the US. Burning a single gallon of gasoline produces 20 pounds of CO2. Cutting down flights, moving closer to work, promoting public transportation, carpooling, switching to walking or cycling if needed, but also electric and hydrogen mobility can definitely help reduce CO2 emissions and thus fight global warming. 4. Sustainable agriculture and forest management. Improved agricultural practices, along with paper recycling and forest management, means balancing the amount of wood taken out with the number of new trees growing that could eliminate GHG emissions significantly. Using natural resources in a better way, stopping massive deforestation as well as making agriculture greener and more efficient should be a priority. 5. Consuming responsibly and recycling. Adopting responsible consumption habits is the easiest way to cut back on greenhouse gas emissions, be it avoiding consumption of meat, foregoing an automobile, carrying a reusable grocery sack, choosing the right clothing, and cosmetics or cleaning products. Simply buy less stuff. Cutting back on consumption results in fewer fossil fuels being burned to extract, produce and ship products around the globe. Last but not least, recycling is an absolute necessity for dealing with waste. This was today's video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment and share. Subscribe the channel now to get such videos.